people. It is 7 AM here in beautiful Mestia. We are awake and ready to hike. It looks like the weather's playing ball today. Check this out. Snow-capped mountains, very, very visible. That is why we came here. Good morning! Look at that. Low clouds all around the mountains. And today visibility is looking a lot better than yesterday. Crazy seeing those low clouds and the peaks coming out of the top of them. Mystical. Morning! So today we are walking with our new friends from our guest house, Joanna and Torvin, and we're hoping that we can make it up to some very cool lakes and from there onto a ridge. But first we need to see if we can find some breakfast and some lunch to take with us. But it's kind of a little bit dead here in town in Mestia at the moment, so we probably should have prepared and done it yesterday, but we might have to wait just a few minutes until some bakeries or some shops open. You made a friend!
Like leaning his head on my leg, like
Aww.
He done this.
Oh yeah, breakfast time. Got the acharuli, basically chachapuri, a big bread with an egg and some butter. It's time to mix it up and eat. Ah yes, here we go. So we have just jumped in a 4-wheel drive because we had to wait a little bit of time for places to open in town, unfortunately, so we could get some breakfast and get some bread for lunch. So instead of walking the first bit, because there's a dirt track, you can get a 4-wheel drive. So it's all right because we split it between the 4 of us, so it's not too expensive. And we're gonna head up towards the lakes, and then from there there's another walk further up. But because the weather seems to be better in the mornings, we thought it was best to make the most of it, take the 4-wheel drive up, and then hopefully get the view from the ridge. Madlova! What?
Speechless.
That was insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh my life.
What? And that we go to the bridge, or yeah?
I think we're gonna be walking up there.
We should chill down here for a few minutes though.
So this is it. The Koruldi Lakes. We've got our car just parked up over here. Selection of different brown kind of lakes here. And then obviously the epic backdrop. I'm actually speechless. And that doesn't happen that often. But this is... Ah, yeah. How is it?
Amazing.
Oh my life. This is crazy. Very, very epic.
Very.
Ah. The lakes are more like, we're kind of feeling like they're more like ponds, would you say?
Yes.
That is unreal. May not be the best lake in the world, but it serves a very good purpose for capturing this reflection. So there's also this walk up here, up to the ridge. I'm not quite sure we'll make it all the way up to the top of the ridge, although I imagine that would be insane. We're gonna have a little walk up, at least some of the way up here, and see how it is. Oh yeah. When we were driving here, you literally drive along a little ridge along here. And at one point we were driving along and I looked down into this valley and my heart was just like, everywhere you look when you're up here is just, it literally takes your breath away. Already the view down is just crazy. Very nice. Yeah. Torben and I carrying on a little bit further. We lost Hannah and Joanna somewhere down here because it's quite a slippy slope, and Torben and Joanna are only in sort of trainers.
Yes.
Still powering on though at the moment. But yeah, so I think we're making good progress. You can see the cars just down around here, and then there's this much further up to go, but this bit is apparently super ashy, so we'll have to see if we can do that bit or not. Whew. And then there was one. I really want to get to the top of this if I can. Torben just had to go back down because his shoes were just probably not ideal for this, but I've seen some other people walking up already, so I guess it's all right for me to carry on going up because I know there's already people up there, and I just want to see how far I can get. Fingers crossed, get at least a little bit more of the way up. Genuinely feels like I am on top of the world, but right now I've been walking on just basically like gravelly ash. Having left Hannah, Joanna and Torben down there, there's still this much more to go, which is even steeper, more sheer, and on my own, with the winds building up, the clouds kind of rolling in a little bit, and the last thing I want is to be stuck up here in the rain on the mountaintop. So I'm going to take this as a victory. This is insane, but it's time to go down. So this is pretty epic. We've just stopped at like a little kind of like cabin place where you can even camp on your way up to the lakes. We're on our way back down now, but I guess this is a popular stop off if you're hiking up from Mestia, which is just down here, and it's another crazy view with all the mountains in the background. Just woken up from a lovely nap here back in Mestia at our accommodation. A little bit disappointed I didn't make it all the way up to the top, because that was the reason why we kind of got the 4x4 up to the lakes rather than actually hiking all the way from Mestia, because we thought that was probably the only way that we'd have enough time to do the ridge walk. So a little bit disappointing that none of us managed to get to the top, but glad I went back when I did, because Hannah was starting to get a bit worried and the guys were waiting. So although it's a shame, it's still such an epic experience to get to the lakes, and really enjoyed the off-roading in the 4x4 anyway, so that was a bonus. I think if we have some more time here in Mestia at any point, I would love to hike up and try and do the ridge, because I definitely think it's doable, and how incredible to get that view over some of the mountains of the Svaneti region. It was amazing. Just walking up into town for dinner. We're back with Nate and Torben, and it's actually Nate's birthday.
Let's go.
So We're going to celebrate by going to one of the nice restaurants up in town. We're staying about 1 kilometre out of town. It's called Lozs, and they've got traditional Georgian folk music and things as you eat. So I'll try and capture a little bit of that. I'm going to finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love. It feels good around here.